Hey everyone, Mike, Get Fit Over 40. Doing a walk and talk, but we're going to do an actual YouTube video, not a short. So it's going to move around a little bit. I'm just using my my phone here while I'm walking. Going to get insurance and a coffee. Going to insure my motorcycle today. So I might even have some motorcycle footage. So gotta be careful. I don't want to get hurt on it before the show. So I wanted to talk today specifically about, not trusting scales and fitness devices too much. You can people put a lot of dependence on these things, and they can be great tools to help you figure out what's going on. But they often, the way that they read things, especially with body fat scales, is they look at essentially water. So they measure electrical current through your body, and the more water you have in your body, the more it seems to think you have lean tissue. Okay, so and lean tissue would be muscle, because fat, for instance, is mostly, there's very little water, there's maybe 10% water in fat, whereas with muscle, it's like 66, or it's 2/3 water, right? So, and I want to make a video about how you can convert fat into muscle on a maintenance diet and actually gain weight, because the conversion of fat is so high in energy. It's so dense with energy that when you lose that pound of fat, you can literally turn it into 2 pounds of muscle. So even when you're maintaining your calories, you can actually gain weight, lose fat, gain pounds on the scale, and get leaner on a maintenance diet. So anyways, that's a little off topic, but I do want to make a video on that because I think that's an interesting thing that people don't talk about very much. So dependence on devices. I've got an in-body scale. I really like it. It's a great tool, like I said, but right now, because I'm mostly in a keto type diet, higher fat, low carbs. The fat is coming down now, but still very low carbs, a lot of protein. So it is a low carb diet. Let's call it a low carb diet. I'm gonna be drier. I'm gonna be holding a lot less water, because the more carbs you eat, the more opportunity your muscles have to transfer water into the muscle, and they hold water a lot better in the muscle. When you're on a low carb diet, you're going to be drier. Your muscles are going to be kind of like not holding as much water. Your whole body will hold less water on a low carb diet, and that's essentially what I'm doing right now. Now, what the scale seems to think, some car decided he was almost going to hit me, a little Tesla guy. I thought those things were self-driving. So on a keto diet, the scale is going to see less water and think you have less lean tissue, and it's going to show that as a higher body fat percentage. So the drier I get, and I've actually been really dry this cut, which is great, because over the last 2 years I've been having a lot of problems with water retention, and so that would make my in-body readings look amazing, but they weren't true, right? Because it was water, not lean tissue, and so it was skewing the results. Now my dryness is skewing the results, because I'm excessively dry, and it's good in a way, because I don't want to be holding water. And at the end, when I'm getting ready for the show, I can add a little water by carbing up and get fuller and add some weight, right? Because that would be more of a true weight, because the muscles do require a certain amount of water, and on a low carb diet, they're depleted of water and glycogens and everything. So you want to add those carbs, bring the glycogens, transfer the water into the muscle. It fills you up nicely. I'm gonna switch hands here. And so, so what am I getting at here? Well, I've been losing body fat, and I know this to be true, because the scale is going down, but a little bit, but the mirror is telling me I'm losing body fat. I can see it on my waist. Like, I'm pinching less fat. I know it. But my body fat scale, my in-body scale, is actually going up in body fat lately. So, it was like 2 weeks ago, it was in the 9 point something, 5 or 6. Then I tested this week at the beginning, and it was about the same. And then today it's actually at 10 point something, but I'm lighter. So that just means I'm holding less water. So don't be super dependent on scales and fitness watches and all the, I can translate that into your fitness watches, right? Steps and how many calories you burn per workout and mile. And a lot of that's going to be similarly it's going to be dependent on your heart rate. If you're doing a workout, it's going to factor in, it's going to try to figure out how many calories you're burning based on your heart rate. But what kind of happens as you get more and more fit is your heart rate drops. So into a cut, my heart rate actually starts to drop more and more and more. So I can't get it as high, even though I'm putting the same amount of effort in, my heart rate is less. During a workout, my average heart rate will be quite significantly less. So that workout, I'll get less calorie credit according to my fitness device. Is it true? Am I actually burning less calories even though I'm physically pushing just as hard? Maybe even harder? So that's yet to be determined. Maybe there's a metabolic thing going on because your heart rate is less. But I think you're still probably burning similar calories at the end of the day when you push the same hard, at least if you're still pushing just as hard. Yeah, so don't be super dependent on scales, fitness watches, and step counts. It's just a tool that you use to help keep track of whether or not you're keeping busy and whether or not you're staying on track, right? When it comes to weight loss, the scale does mean something, right? It's not something to just disregard. But there are other factors going on that can contribute to why the scale may be going up even and you're actually losing body fat. So keep that all in mind. Hope this video was educational. Sometimes I need to remind myself about these things and not, because I is just like everyone else. I look at that scale and the first thing that goes through my mind is, what's going on here? Why is my body fat higher? Why is my weight dropping or going up when it shouldn't be? All of that stuff goes through my mind just as much, especially during a contest prep. And anyways, my watch is now, speaking of the devices, my watch is telling me how many steps I'm taking while I'm trying to talk to you guys in my glasses, my Meta glasses. So that's enough. I think we've beat this one to death. And enjoy the rest of the day. I'll have more content moving forward for sure. Just wanted to put this video out there. All right, take care.